often said that the breakup of this first relationship after a long marriage and the relationship itself was such a huge catalyst for growth, for self love, for self actualization. And it's not because my ex was an amazing partner or his love transformed me. It was his lack of love and his absolute mistreatment and oftentimes abuse that led me to dig within and find that self love somewhere and then give it back to myself. And in doing that over and over and over again, I learned not only what I need, what I require to feel safe, what makes me happy, but I also learned those innermost wounds that had been begging to come forward for years that I had covered up with life, with busyness, with distractions, and so had never really been given a good up close look at them and really figuring out what they had to tell me and how I could address them. And in doing that in my relationship, I have come out so strong and so self aware. I know exactly what I want. I know what I will not settle for, and I know what I deserve. So for that, I do have him to thank, and I do have the relationship to thank because I came out of it with such a glow up, knowing what I need, knowing what I want, and not settling for less. I am not going to thank him for that. All he did to encourage that was treat me like shit. I don't know that I could have gotten to this place without wading through so much hurt and pain, without being abandoned multiple times over and over again, without seeing that little inner child looking at her and saying, finally, what do you need to feel safe? I'm sorry that I have disregarded you for so many years. I'm sorry that I've ignored you. I'm sorry that at times I've really hated you and I've detested you because you're messing things up for me. You're making me act erratic. You're making me act out of pocket. Instead of trying to stuff her down and not listen to her, I finally looked at her and said, what is it that you need to feel safe? And one of the first things she said to me was to get out of this relationship. And so I listened to her, and I listen to her now going forward. If I'm in a relationship, a friendship, a circumstance, a job where she does not feel safe, I now hear her loud and clear, and I extricate myself from that situation. She has been ignored long enough. And she is only one part of me, but she is an important part of me. And in love, she has to feel safe. She has to feel heard. She can't feel like too much.